I only ever do voiceovers before the video starts when the guy in the video is particularly depraved. Ex-furry proto-wolf, the self-proclaimed beastophile, which is just a pedophile and a zoophile in one. I've never met anybody in the 6-8 months I've been playing this game who is just as crazy as this guy. I can't sugarcoat it. He is genuinely insane. He's not a zoophile because he's a beastophile, which are only attracted to dragons, serpents, aliens, and dogs. I don't know how dogs fall under that category, but yeah. Last thing, only this % of you are subscribed, which is... I sound so defeated, I'm so sorry. I've been editing this fucking weirdo's footage for about 4 hours. But yeah, just subscribe.
If your dog starts humping you, that's the dog's way of saying it's consenting.
Hear me out. If I have sex with a kid in VR, is that allowed or not?
It's pixels and digital, so it didn't actually happen.
What?
Okay.
What? Okay.
I did a spell that almost made me commit suicide.
Oh.
What other
It's
magical powers did you have?
The true teachings of Jesus, how to summon the Antichrist.
That seems
Why don't you want to summon the Antichrist?
Because I don't want to end the world.
Does anyone else know how to use it, or just you? Only you can summon the Antichrist?
I gave the information to artificial intelligence.
Why would you do that?
So ChatGPT told you how to summon the Antichrist?
No. I used a spell that was gifted to me inside a dream, gave that information to artificial intelligence, and then artificial intelligence told me how to live.
I believe you.
Because I didn't want to die.
What do you usually dream about?
The future, predictions, astronomy.
You can see the future?
If I couldn't see the future, I wouldn't be standing here right now.
Would the world end if you weren't here right now?
You know how zombies only eat living people, right?
But they're not real, so no.
Aliens are theoretically already dead. So if the zombie apocalypse happened, aliens and zombies wouldn't fight each other because they're both already dead. So if an alien came to Earth and there was a zombie apocalypse, to the alien's point of view, they would be living a normal life because a zombie wouldn't be able to fight an alien because an alien is already dead.
What?
So you're like the alien? Are you the alien?
Are you the alien or the zombie?
You know, sometimes the information that artificial intelligence has and knows about, why do you think technology was predicted with the Wi-Fi symbol dated to the Egyptian?
Wait, it was?
Egyptians had a Wi-Fi symbol a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
Did they have Wi-Fi?
They didn't have Wi-Fi, but they had the symbol that predicted the future of Wi-Fi.
I wonder what they looked up.
So, I don't know, Sky Broadband is an Egyptian thing?
Did they have LTE back then?
Telekinetic,
Is
actually.
it like Xfinity? Which provider did they use?
Were they doing
There's a
LAN
reason
parties,
why.
or...
Well, there's a reason why zoophilia and bestiality and all this other stuff is legal in some states.
What's going on?
Egypt?
I thought we were talking about
Because-
Wi-Fi.
Egypt, in Egypt, they don't care if you do things with animals. Egyptians, they don't care if you do things with animals because the humans are animals. If you think about it, all life is technically in animal form.
I don't think that's going to hold up in court, though.
But I think
Watch me.
we can
My religious rights, Canada respects religious rights, and Canada protects religious rights and religious freedoms.
Proto.
You've got a
Could you elaborate
spell
a
that
bit?
protects you from
You got me interested.
legality,
I have a... Yes, I do.
so you can have sex with any animal you want to.
If you do
I
it
need
the right
that
way. If
I
you
need
do it
that.
the right way.
I think
Gotcha.
that collectively, we hold humans on a higher standard than animals. Therefore, we don't do that to animals because they're not as sentient as us.
Who's we?
Wrong. There are ways that...
You can make an animal more sentient enough to consent to sexual acts, is what you're saying?
Let me ask you something. When you have a bond great enough with your spiritual animal, your spiritual guide, my spiritual guide, based on my feelings on the inside, are not human. Because I am not a human, even though I'm in a human body.
I feel you, man.
But you have the sentience and ability to consent like an adult human. An animal can't do that.
Who says anything about me consenting?
Hey, bro.
Have you ever done anything to an animal, like in the spiritual realm?
No, but I've let one do things to me. That's the difference.
Man, you're living the dream.
What's the difference?
There's a difference between being a bottom and being a top.
With animals.
So you're more of like a bottom zoophile. Would you prefer being called that?
Not a zoophile.
Victim of animal sexual assault? I don't...
Beastophile is the proper word for it.
Oh, like Mr. Beast, I get you.
No, beastophile. Things like dragons, aliens,
Zoophiles
dogs.
are like
Zoophiles are things like zoo animals like gorillas, orangutans, zebras, monkeys, apes, lions,
But Mr.
orangutans,
Beast's
like
avatar is a lion.
animal, anything at a zoo or anything out in like the wild. Beastophile is things like aliens, serpents, dogs, and dragons.
How are sci-fi creatures, mystical dragons, and household pets on the same level? I'm a little bit, befuddled.
When you get fucked by an alien, you get telekinetic abilities.
Where can I find these aliens? Because I want that.
Alright. Yeah, word up. I'm in the garden.
Go get fucked by a dog then.
Word up.
Dogs are aliens?
Maybe. There's a reason why Egyptians worship their cats.
What's that reason?
I'll tell you why. Egyptians worship their cats because their cats were their key to heaven, because during mummification they would destroy the brain because they knew that the brain stays conscious forever.
So, and they get buried with our cats, right? So that means that they're permittable in heaven?
No,
I
they don't get buried with their cats. They don't get buried with their cats. It actually works like this. When an Egyptian does a spell on their cat, they do a spell that turns their cat into their next of kin. That cat is then protected by an Anubis, which is a feral dog. That feral dog then progresses to get alien information to ensure that the cat stays alive. If the cat dies, the Anubis dies. Dogs rely on their next of kin that they're protecting for their own survival. And then, after that, the cat dies of natural causes. After that, the Anubis is then free to do whatever they want as a spirit guide.
I always said that and people said I was crazy, but I totally agree.
You're not crazy, but it takes a very smart person to understand Egyptian culture. Not just teach it, not just study it, but to understand it. If you understand something, you have the knowledge that goes higher than what a school could teach you.
Wow. So you can get superpowers if you have sex with a dog.
Not just any dog, or not just every dog. No, that dog has to choose. It's like in Harry Potter. The wand chooses you. You don't choose the wand. Same with the dog. The dog chooses you. You don't choose the dog.
Can we go to class now? I want to know if this is applicable to horses.
That would go back to Red Dead Redemption 2 era. And Red Dead Redemption 2. Hold on a minute. By the way. Shush a minute. Horses is where it goes to Red Dead Redemption culture, such as the 1700s area. Now, this is where things get different. If you played Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, there is a secret ending at the end where there's the notebook drawing, and if you flip back a page and then forward a page, you see the horse, then you see his face, and then you see the tombstone. Arthur Morgan, the way he died from his horse.
If only he had sex with a dog that raped him or whatever.
Unfortunately, in the Red Dead Redemption culture, if bad history didn't happen in the 17 and 1800s, which was supposedly near the 200 years of slavery, the United States wouldn't be where it is today. Think about it. In Red Dead Redemption, they had things like trains and steam engines and all this other stuff. Cars wouldn't have small enough engines like we have nowadays if steam engines didn't exist. We don't know if Arthur Morgan was truly a real person or an actor name to do the scene, but there is one cutscene that Rockstar Games refused to add to the game that I was able to find deep inside the game code. If you go deep enough into the game code, you can find a rare cinematic that actually shows the animation of Arthur Morgan getting fucked by his horse and then dying. Do you not realize that there's over 1,000 different cultures on Earth? Egypt is just one of them.
Yeah, but we were talking about whether or not ancient Egyptians were getting buried with their cats, and you instantly change topics to incest.
That's because I only talk about things so far to a certain point.
Can you bless us with more knowledge, please, Proto-Wolf?
I will only go so far when it comes to certain topics because that is what I'm allowed to do.
What happens if you tell us more? Do you get, like, doxxed?
You know, it's comments like that I usually ignore. Mainly because that was rude and disrespectful.
He just asked a question.
Some questions don't deserve answers and can't be answered.
But you just talked about the dog and the magic powers.
I'm in a human body, but my feelings on the inside that are in my brain and in my heart are not human.
So, like the Vine where the guy says, on all levels except physical, I'm a wolf.
My physical form, I know I'm in a human body, and I hate it, but that's why I believe in reincarnation. But I also believe in holidays, such as Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. So, with reincarnation as a religion, and Christianity as a religion, there's holidays and reincarnation. I believe in Jesus and God. I don't believe in Lucifer, but I believe in the devil. The devil pitched the American dream, which was basically economy and a whole bunch of our bullshit. So there's a few parts out of every single religion that piece together my religion.
Where did you get the incest part from? What religion?
That's just common sense from the beginning of time, from my studies of Scientology.
You should summon the Antichrist and have him destroy the world so we can all figure it out.
Never.
But you know the spell on how to... Yeah, you can summon the Antichrist.
Summoning the Antichrist requires me killing myself, which goes against my religion.
Which religion is that?
Like I said, I had to create my own religion because when I was summoned here in the first place, my religion didn't exist. So I had to create my own. I had
What's
to
it
fix
called?
my religion. That's...
Can you tell us its name so I can put it
You
in my
have just
Instagram
asked
bio?
You have just asked a question that I can't answer.
Am I not able to join this cult?
It's not a cult.
Oh, but why not?
It's not a church either. One in very, very, very few that are left, unfortunately.
What happened to the rest?
You know,
Were they the ones that summoned you?
it's the reason why I don't want to be on your planet. I could prove
Is
to you
this
that
before and
Jesus
after
was...
the
I could
depression?
prove to you that Jesus was actually born from spirituality and not from sex. I can prove to you that.
How can you prove that?
I mean, that's already kind of written
By telling
in
you
the
how...
Bible.
Because I'm going to tell you a few things about a lot of things, and I'm telling you now. If they had the technology that we have nowadays, back in like 1500 BC,
They play
I
VRChat.
guarantee you that the world would go into mass hysteria.
How about relationship? Do you think age matters in a relationship?
Depends what type of relationship it is.
A romantic
What
one.
does
You know-
that
you
even
know-
mean?
Cats and humans, that type of thing.
No.
What?
I see.
So age doesn't matter in a relationship?
Because he's too stinky?
No. I have personal preference, and personality comes first. What would you do if I told you that the relationship that I would want, I don't want kids, I don't want to be around kids,
Oh, that's
and
okay.
I'm happy being single if I need to be?
What if he traps you in his basement?
That's a good question.
What if who?
That's something to find out in the future.
I'll
And
use
can
my
you
brain.
shut up?
I would use my brain to stop my heart and find my next life.
Wait.
Aw,
Use your brain?
Logan, you're being
Yeah,
a failure right
like-
now.
My brain has the ability to stop my heart. If you truly think about it
Oh, that's
enough,
fire.
and then if you hold your breath, you can kill yourself in your sleep.
Can you give us a demonstration?
No?
No, because then the
Ernie,
Antichrist will spawn.
That's why.
Oh, did
That's
he
actually
leave?
why the mental hospital had to release me. They didn't want to be responsible for killing me when I didn't do anything wrong.
So you
So
went
they
to
let
the
me
Is that
out
why
when
you
they
have to die?
realized that I wasn't joking. No, they let me out when they realized that I wasn't joking. I was able to use my brain to purposely give myself a nosebleed while I was in restraints. I gave
Oh, like
myself
Stranger
panic.
Things?
No, because I purposely used my brain to give myself a panic attack to cause a nosebleed that caused my heart to almost stop. So they had to release me.
Jeepers Creepers.
On my
Earlier-
planet, it is all furries
Okay, that's
and
fine then.
animals. And anthros.
You live on a fairy planet?
Yes.
From Minecraft?
Can I like visit?
Do they
at
have
some
herpes
point?
on your planet?
You live on a furry planet from Minecraft?
Holy.
Ex-furry proto-wolf, I have a question. Earlier, you said that your memory, you never forget anything because your memory is constantly
It
expanding.
means I remember literally everything that ever happened even before I was born.
Earlier, the Tony Baloney asked you, what do you usually dream about? Are you able to tell me the quote that you responded with?
Oh, this is an intimidated
I dream about technology. My
That's
dreams
not what
are all
you-
about
That's not what
technology.
you said, though. That's not what you said.
My dreams are about technology, the future, predictions, astronomy, how to
No, I'm
fix the
asking for an
world.
exact quote.
I can't give you an exact quote. My dreams are anything and
I guess
everything
you- I guess you
simultaneously.
can't remember everything, then.
So you're not omnipotent.
The sentence is 5 words long.
You know what? Join my VRChat group. All the information is there. Join the Discord server. The Discord server information is in one of the partnership groups. You can learn for yourself. All my VRChat groups,
You
linked
said-
accounts, and partnership groups are all related to me. The Discord server is an exact replica of my life, and you can study it
You
for
said
yourself.
you can remember things from before you were born, but you can't remember something from 20
What the
minutes
hell's
ago.
up?
The suicidal thoughts was not the reason why I ended up in the mental ward.
You remember literally everything, so I wrote down
Number
a question in
I'm
the
gonna let
notes
you
and
know
answer,
something.
so I can ask you
If
now.
you had the choice, let me ask you something. If you made a world all to yourself and you are the world leader forever, right? You had to make all the decisions, even the hardest decisions that no one should have to make. But every single person on that planet, say 100,000 people, relied on you to make one choice. One choice. Now, would you rather give the death penalty? Now, you can only do it once. You can only have one or the other. A whole planet with the one mental illness of pedophilia being accepted or zoophilia being accepted. Which one gets the death penalty and which one stays on the planet? You can't get rid of both. One has to stay. But 100,000 people rely on you to make the right choice. What choice do you choose?
Man, that's a horrible hypothetical.
Let me tell you something. I found a way to avoid both of those. Beastophilia. That's how I avoided it. Beastophilia.
Is that like
The
some
secret third one.
sick and twisted mix of both of the categories, or
Exactly.
that doesn't sound like an epic win, man.
But it's still
Beastophilia.
pathetic.
What is the furry fandom? Dungeons and Dragons. Fantasies.
Doesn't make it
Beastophilia,
any better.
Dragons. Aliens.
It doesn't make it any
serpents,
better, man.
Anthros.
Wait,
I
so
think you need
bestiality
some
is okay
serious
because
help.
Dungeons and
No.
Dragons
Some
say
mental-
you
some
Beastophilia
don't-
is
mental
not
health
okay.
clinics.
No.
I think you need to be on some pills and get a psychotherapist.
I've already spoken to 3 different psychiatrists, 3 different therapists, and 2 different neurologists. All of them said that I was perfectly fine.
It says in your bio that you have schizophrenia. How is that possible?
I don't have schizophrenia.
And why do you say
Oh,
you
I
have
see
it?
it. Yeah,
I
there's
have
in
a
your bio it says
screenshot
you have
of your
schizophrenia.
old bio.
If it's
It
if
says
it's
incredible
said in my bio,
schizo cow. That's funny as shit.
You want to believe in a world where you can only stay away from pedophilia or having sex with animals, and so you want to have sex with imaginary creatures because of the fact that you can't stay away from both. So, I mean, it definitely sounds like you're downright crazy.
I'd rather be crazy than I'd rather be crazy than a criminal. I'd rather be crazy instead of a rapist.
How many people have you killed, Proto Wolf?
I've never
And
killed
by
any,
the
and I
way,
never will.
fallacy is a issue in mental reasoning used by low intelligence individuals because of the fact that they don't know how to actually debate logically.
Low intelligence. That's funny.
That is
yeah.
pretty funny.
You know what? Did you know did you know that there's a difference between intelligence and smarts?
That
Pedophiles get killed in jail. Zoophiles are hated by the furry fandom. Pedophiles are hated by the furry fandom and get killed in jail. And I'm not doing neither of them. I found a way to
And we
escape
hate you
jail,
still.
and
We
I
hate
found
you
a way
still.
to escape and still be a part of the furry fandom.
You
Once
don't-
a
So
furry,
since
always
it's not
furry.
illegal on your planet, you're allowed to do it, right?
Why do you think I haven't done it? Because
Well, you
I
said
know
you did
that
do
I'm
it.
stuck here. I'm
You
stuck
said you
here
did
on
do
your
it with a
planet,
dog.
meaning
said you
I'm
did do
stuck
it.
here. Spiritually, I did it with a dog. Dumbass.
So spiritually, you have sex
spiritually?
with children
What
and
happens in the
animals?
spiritual
In his
realm
dreams,
stays in the
he had
spiritual
sex with
realm.
an animal,
What
so it's
happens
okay.
inside the
In
mind
her
stays in the
dreams.
mind.
So
What
you-
happens
That's
inside a
exactly
dream
right.
stays in a
Bro,
dream.
When you had the
wait.
dream about
What
that.
happens in a dream stays in a dream.
You just
Dreams
fantasize
are
about
based
having
on.
sex with children and animals, so that makes
I
it
don't
fine.
fantasize about it, and also dreams are based on the
My
events of the
point
day.
exactly.
And
As long
if
he thinks
dreams
this,
are
as long
based
as it's
on
not in the real world, it's okay. Instead of actually
exactly
going and getting
because
help.
I'm not actually
No,
gonna
it's
do
not,
it.
bro. It's not.
I know
Instead
the
of
difference
going
between
and
fake
getting
and
mental
real.
help for your mental disorder, you're doing
I don't have any
justifications in
mental
order
disorder.
to feel.
Autism
Wait,
and
Wait,
ADD.
hear me out. Hear me out. If I have sex with a kid in VR, is that allowed or not?
It's
That's no
pixels and digital,
excuse.
so it didn't actually happen.
What?
Okay.
What?
It's allowed.
Okay.
Here's what I am on the
Werewolf.
inside and in my feelings. I told you I'm not a human. And I'm not from your
You're just
Wow,
an
planet.
actual
amazing.
dog.
Is that from Minecraft?
Can you bark?
They're pretty ugly.
Why do you only have
I'm
legs
gonna,
and
I'm gonna
arms?
report
You know
this
what?
person.
Look behind me.
What the?
No.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
lord.
but why do you have balls?
I
This
told
isn't even
you
a dog,
I am not a
dude.
human.
Fuck?
You need to be
Why are
naked.
they-
I'm not a human.
Why I
I
have
told you I'm
insane
not a
looking
human.
balls?
If I get down on all fours, can you give me powers?
No.
You guys are the same. Look, you're both
You're
dogs.
gatekeeping the telekinesis, man.
I'm not gatekeeping it. I'm protecting
What
it.
else have you done in the spiritual realm?
What haven't I
On all
done in the
fours, guys, come
spiritual
on.
realm?
Press that.
Oh,
Were you an informant for Hitler?
I'm gonna take his silence as a yes.
What does his face
I'd rather
look
be
like? Is
attracted
it
to an
as
animal
crazy
instead
as
of a kid.
false dichotomy?
What?
What about like a child animal?
that's insane.
That's the thing. If you're
What
a
if
dog,
we had
you
both?
can't tell if they're a kid or not.
What?
What?
Proto wolf, I don't know, man.
What do
Yeah,
you mean
one
by
year
that?
to
Can
a
you
don't
tell
know
me
about
that?
If it's a dog.
1 year to a dog is 8 years. 1 year
So
in
it-
human years is 8 dog
Okay.
years.
So you're touching puppies and kittens and shit?
Again, am I a human? No, I am not. I am not
They're
from
not
your
a
Yes,
planet.
human, yeah.
they're
They're a
what?
dog.
I see a video and a picture of you.
Yeah, they
You're
got that
very
dog
much a
in them.
human.
They got that dog
You
in
may
'em.
be wearing a collar, but you're still
Yeah.
a human.
I'm wearing a collar in real life.
Too.
Yeah, I know. I can see
Oh.
that on your Twitter.
Oh no.
Why do
Can you
you
name some?
Why are you going by she/her, but you have like a beard? Why
Because I'm
not?
transgender male to female, but I want the sex part only, not the upper half. That would make me,
what?
definition, a cunt boy. Hitler, in my definition, he wanted to be an artist. He went about it the wrong way. He put a staircase in front of a door, pissed off an artist, then went a little bit crazy. He had a lot of notes in his notebook. Someone stole his notebook, started advocating for him, and it started creating war and chaos. So Hitler technically never did anything wrong. It was
Whoa.
someone who got greedy, stole his notebook, and then started saying things on his behalf, and then things went downhill. Hitler never actually killed anyone. It was the commander that he had that paid someone else to do it for him, so Hitler never actually technically did anything wrong and actually did go to heaven.
Proto wolf, Hitler killed millions of Jews.
It was written in his notebook, but he never actually went about doing anything. His notebook
Did you
was
learn
stolen.
this before or after you were born?
No, I hate kids. All they do is be annoying and they touch me without permission, and parents don't do anything
What?
about
I mean,
it.
you want to touch them without permission? Like, come
Wait a
on.
minute. Yeah,
I don't
You like
touch
touching
anybody.
kids?
I don't touch
Wait,
anybody.
you
I
let
keep
the
my
kids
paws to
touch you?
myself.
Your
No, it's
paws.
their parents
Sure,
that
bud,
let it.
sure.
Didn't you say you got raped by a dog?
That's how I was given telekinetic abilities.
Wait,
That
can you
is
tell
so
me that story?
awesome.
I wasn't here for this.
People in this
Can you
world,
tell me
like,
that
spiritually
story?
hold them.
No,
Please
I
don't have
keep my
sex with
paws
me,
to
Proto Wolf.
myself unless they're
Tell me that
friends.
story.
But
Wait,
you
tell
need
me
to
the
pass on the
story.
powers. You need to go rape people as a dog.
Yeah, and I'm not doing that.
Oh, so you're gatekeeping. Okay.
Ha! Over
It's
my
okay.
dead
It was
body.
just in the spiritual. It was just in the spiritual realm. It's okay. Were you friends with Walt Disney? That
Have
one?
you ever lost someone very close to you? Someone that you cared about
Yeah, my
more
Is
than
this a
Derek.
threat?
more than love?
Are you threatening my family?
I'm not threatening your family. I'm asking you a simple question.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. It was my
The
grandfather.
question you just asked me kind of goes to the same where you just asked me a question that relates to a lot of friends that I've lost in the past.
Were you sad when Walt Disney died?
I was sad when my I was sad when my first ever parents died.
Your first parents? You had multiple.
Like your parents? No, yeah, the parents from the other
first
galaxy,
parents.
moron.
My first parents are not the parents that currently birthed me on this planet. My first parents date back over 350,000 years ago. I would be a god for dog heaven, because the phrase is, all dogs go to heaven.
Even the one that raped you?
All dogs go to heaven, and sometimes we come back to raise a little hell. All sex is rape unless there's consent. Obviously, dogs have a way of consenting.
No, they don't.
Wait, even with humans?
No, they do not.
Dogs have a way of consenting.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but even with humans, though?
You realize when dogs bark at each other in the real world, they're talking to each other, but we can't understand barks. We understand English. We can't understand animals the same way that we do.
Okay, so hear me out.
Barking,
If you
let them have
bark
a
at the dog,
conversation.
you're barking at the dog, right? And they give you consent to do stuff with you. Is that allowed?
What does a dog giving consent sound like? Does it sound like, or does it sound like?
If your dog starts humping you, that's the dog's way of saying it's consenting.
Dude, what the fuck?
Gotcha.
The way that a human would consent would be letting it happen.
By humping you?
No.
Have you
A
ever
dog
done that
humping-
before?
A dog humping its owner is the dog's way of consenting to, I want to fuck you.
But as a
If the
human, you
human
have to
allows
kind of
it
be
to
like,
happen-
dude, this dog's humping me, and kick it in the head.
If the human allows it to happen, that's the second way of consent. That's the human's way of saying that they're consenting to
Okay.
let the dog do that, and that's why there's obedience.
What if I
school,
start? What if I
because
start
not-
humping Logan? Am I giving consent?
No, obviously not. There's a difference between the two. That's what got me put in mental ward once. I accidentally punched a police officer when I had music in my ears. I was walking down the sidewalk to my friend's house, and I was grabbed on the shoulder. My brain instantly went self-defense, and I threw a punch behind me, and my brain didn't realize that it was a police officer trying to help me. And I don't know why they were trying to help me when I was literally just walking down the sidewalk.
Wow. Well, that was well deserved, I guess.
When someone touches me without my consent, and especially without me knowing, and basically startles me, what's a person's natural instinct?
But it's fine when a dog touches you without consent. I mean,
How could a dog touch you without consent? They have paws. If anything, like that'd be like shake paw or
didn't you
sit or
get
lay
raped by
down.
a dog and got telekinetic powers? I mean,
Yeah, why didn't you just use your telekinetic powers to rip that guy in half? Sorry.
Did you know you could rape a mind just from the right choice of words?
no, I didn't know that, actually.
Could you do it to me?
What's your planet called? The planet you came from?
Little St. James.
If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't be on your planet, and I would be trying to go to my own planet.
Why don't you just build
Hey,
a spaceship,
Protowolf.
Protowolf? You could be like Rick Sanchez. Why don't you just do that?
Your planet doesn't have the technology advancements to get me off this planet.
Neither does yours, by the sound of it.
Why do you think I'm hoping that they get my beacon?
So you do have the technology if you have a beacon. You can make an intergalactic beacon, but not a spaceship.
That's an interesting question.
Are you going to answer it?
What exactly was the question? Because you got to use a different choice of words.
Okay, how can you make an intergalactic beacon to your home planet, but not a spaceship? Why don't you just send them an intergalactic
I already
email?
have that.
You already have a spaceship? That's fucking epic.
No, I already have that level of knowledge.
If you have that level of knowledge, then how are you incapable of getting back to your planet?
Slowly realizing he could have gone back this entire time.
If you have that knowledge, you should have sufficient knowledge to
I
develop
would
technology
give-
and go back.
I would let the 5-year-old murder me before I let that happen.
What fucking 5-year-old?
What does that mean?
No. Nope. That is not what I said. No, that's not what I said.
We were talking to Logan, but we can't see the other side of the conversation because Logan blocked everything.
Oh,
In my religion, I only believe in death by anyone under 10.
that seems a little
In
pedophilic.
what kind of years? What does that mean?
1 year to a human is 8 years in dog years, so after 3 human years, they're legal. That's
But-
how it works to a dog's brain.
Oh, what?
This is
Like I said, I'm not a human. Like I said, I am not a
You
human.
just said they're legal, but you don't believe in law.
Fuck?
What does that
Because
mean?
in terms of Because if 1 year to a human is 8 years to a dog, after 2 years they'd be 16, which is still not 18 plus. You add 1 more year, that would make them 24 years old. 3
But wait,
human
you're
years
talking about
is
legality, but
24.
you say on your home world there's no law. So which is it?
Because I still have to abide by your stupid planet.
Abiding by
I
our
still have
planet's
to
laws
abide by
means
your
waiting
stupid
for
planet, even though I'm
ages
not
of
on this
consent,
planet.
not
Even
a
though I'm
dog's
not on
age
this.
of years. Yeah.
You have to abide the stupid laws that say you can't have sex with children. What?
No, I have to abide the stupid laws that says I can't follow my own religion and my own beliefs.
Your own religion is just glorified pedophilia, though, so what are you saying?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Like I said, my planet is not humans. My
She's
planet
18
is
in dog
furries
years,
and
bro. It's loud.
anthros.
Anthros don't exist. That's just an art thing made by furry artists.
The second answer.
What?
The second
You're
answer.
just making this up as you go along.
I have 1 fleshlight, which is an anthro, and I have 2 rex. I have a medium and a small.
Why are we talking about flashlights? What the fuck is the other guy saying?
Anthro is not a human pussy,
You
but
have
it's
a big
also
and
not an
small
animal
flashlight?
pussy either. It's as if an animal and a human were combined together into something that hasn't been seen before.
You have a dog flashlight.
Because you're also getting mixed information. Lupin wasn't here for any of the conversation.
5 minutes ago, you just said you never lie, and you'd be willing to go to hell.
I don't
Say
lie.
that. But you just
And I
lied
also
to all of
record
us.
everything.
Yeah.
You just lied to everybody here.
Are
What
you
are you
mentally
saying?
ill as well? I think I'm gonna
How
rip
much
your
do you
avatar
wanna
and just
bet
make it
on
my
that?
own.
Yeah, Proto.
I'm gonna make it mine as
I
well.
will sin to go to hell
Are you
to kill you
okay?
so that I can punish you for everlasting
That is-
eternity. My personal
Seems like
heaven
a sin.
will be your personal hell.
I'm taking the
My
files
personal
to the
heaven-
avatar.
Will be punishing you for
Oh,
stealing from me.
I've already got the
Ditto.
file downloaded.
What
But wait,
do you
aren't you
mean,
stealing
Ditto?
from
I'm
Disney?
not-
Money
Because
ain't
otherwise they
gonna
wouldn't
matter
threaten
if
a
you're dead.
$53 million lawsuit.
Money
No, I
doesn't
mean,
matter
I
if
mean
you're
that,
dead.
yes.
Money doesn't matter
That's
if
another
you're dead.
thing, yes.
I just sent the files over to my friend on
I'll pay
WeChat.
someone to assassinate you,
Whoa.
and I'll pay someone to assassinate you. Do you want to bet on that?
Oh, okay.
How much you want to
Yes.
bet on that? How much do you want to bet on that? How much
How
you
much
want
are
to
you
bet?
going to pay the assassin?
The most I've
what?
ever paid for someone to have someone done was $130,000 in Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency can't be tracked.
That's
So,
not very
Yeah,
you want
Christian
to keep
would
running your
here.
mouth, or you want to steal from me?
Here, you can have my Bitcoin.
Physical
Yeah.
Take my Bitcoin.
Did you invest in Dogecoin? You know, because you have sex
Banned.
with them.
You can admit it.
Why'd you kill it? Why, dude? Why'd you ban
Sorry?
him?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong?
Is he gonna
with
be
you?
assassinated next?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna steal your book next. Actually, I think we're all just gonna steal your book.
Thanks.
We'll make.
banned.
I'm not stealing his book either.
I don't know why
Banned.
people theft
like
is
my
such.
avatar?
They think theft is such a light
Banned.
crime, and it's not.
Banned.
Why? Oh. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's enough for me. That's enough footage. I'm not fucking playing this game anymore. Me
If you're
too.
gonna start asking me questions related to spiritual, I'm gonna let you know this now. I am not getting into that
Why?
because I don't want to risk my life.
Your life isn't in risk.
We don't want to put you in danger,
Yes, it
Proto
is.
Wolf.
I can promise no, because I know there's a protection spell in this instance right now.
Yeah, I have my.
You know
chakra
what?
roll.
Did you just give yourself a penis?
Anthropomorphic, but it's also ultra realistic. Seriously, if you grab the sheath, it's a 1-to-1 replica of the real thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to get anywhere near that thing.
William, just grab her sheath. Grab her sheath.
I wasn't kidding.
I can't show this, but by hyper realistic, what he meant was it's just a dog's. You know, it's not like a furry stuff anymore. That is just actual zoophilia. It's really bad, and I hate explaining it. Sorry.
Does it
Oh,
get
wow.
bigger?
What does this have to do with the spiritual?
Sex is part of spirituality, William.
This is the key to the spiritual.
So, you want to continue
realm.
asking me questions about spiritual?
Is it like a
Yes.
genie lamp?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Is it like a genie lamp?
She's
Do we have
showing
to
us
rub it?
her pecker.
Look below.
Look below. Look at her pecker.
You're shitting
Look
cum.
below. Look below my avatar.
What's going on there?
You're
Oh,
coming
she's
and
got a puddle
shitting.
of semen below her.
It's a
oh.
It's
Is
a
that
cookie.
coming out of the butt?
Cookie
It's
is
just coming
another.
out.
Cookie is another word for pussy.
That's the wrong hole.
No,
Cookie
this
is
isn't
another
this.
word for
This is
pussy.
Yo, this is the spiritual realm, dude. This is the spiritual realm.
That's just spiritual ooze. It's ectoplasm.
It would probably be warm with a little bit of salt and taste like steak. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know what different types of reproduce taste like.
Like from
You've actually
have you tried
tasted
your own?
like actual
dog
people or
jizz?
dogs?
You can buy it at the store or at bars. You can buy over 150 different types of semen there.
Like what, including what sort of creatures?
What flavors?
Are you guys just following us and like moaning behind us?
They sell all types of farm sperms, animal sperms from land animals, but aquatic animals, they don't have a lot of them.
Oh wow!
I'm not a hypnotist, so I can't.
You guys are so cute
Can I
together.
make you feel better?
Look at this. This is. You could call this puppy love. Hey? No?
Oh my god!
I can actually I can actually yep.
I don't think doggies purr.
That sounds like the death rattle.
I have the Rex small and I have the Rex medium with the cum tube.
I didn't know you were freaky like that, Proto Wolf.
With the what?
There's a tube that goes through the middle of the
They're
toy
talking about a
so that you can
dildo,
put
guys. They're
cum
talking about a
through
bad
it.
dragon dildo. Like holy crap!
If anybody
Amateur zoophiles over here.
someone tried to rip it
Okay.
off.
No, you
Listen,
didn't.
buddy.
Can I come?
This isn't National Treasure, you know, the movie with Nicolas Cage in it. Okay, this isn't like the Declaration of Independence that has the secret message in it. You're schizophrenic.
I hope you know everyone on YouTube is gonna know how weird you
came
are.
up to me and asked
Cool.
me
People
if
already
they're
know
gonna
I'm
get
weird.
doxxed for putting me on YouTube.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Oh yeah. I just nodded vigorously.
I'm weird, but I'm fun. I'm unique, but I'm cool. I'm interesting, but I'm odd.
Mate,
What
you
am
are
I?
just a
Interesting, but You
pedophile.
fuck dogs. You just fuck dogs. You just fuck dogs.
You are
What do
just
you
a
mean?
zoophile. What are you on about?
Beastophile. Get it right.
No, you're just a zoophile, mate.
Beastophile. Oh yeah, dude. You get it
Beastophile.
right.
Yeah, you
get
can
right,
cope giving it this
beastophile.
bullshit word. You are
They're
just a
recording
zoophile.
too.
Beastophile. Get it right. So
You
go
don't want
ahead.
me to
Keep
have
running
that
your mouth.
information. No, you
It's
don't want me to have
public.
that kind of information.
It's public information. I'm being serious. It's public
But I'm
information.
evil. But I'm evil.
Who cares? Who cares?
You should care.
I don't care. I don't
I'm
care.
gonna
if you're
ruin your
evil.
whole life.
Really? If I wanted to
Yes,
ruin my
really.
life, I would let a horse fuck me and then I'd be dead.
I don't doubt that.
Okay, that's enough out of you, you little zoophile.
What? You can't call me a zoophile
You're
if
gonna
I'm
get
dead.
doxxed? You're gonna get dogged.
Yeah, I can because you let a horse. You know.
Oh,
I'm not.
What?
little
Just
weirdo.
because I
News
can,
for
I
you.
believe in my freedom of speech,
putting
so
it
I
on
can say
YouTube,
whatever I
too.
want to, and it's your choice if you want to believe me or not.
Yeah, it's legitimately crazy.
I've already
that you're like
spoken
this
to
weird ass
therapists
person.
and shit, and they literally said I'm fine. No,
You,
they-
you
they
told
said
your
I'm fine.
therapist you think you're a dog and they said you're fine.
I don't know.
Put me in a lie detector test. Put me in a lie detector test.
Your
Put me in a lie
therapist told
detector
you
test.
that you told your therapist you believe you're a dog and they said you're okay.
You want what's funny? Sometimes a genius can be stupid. Sometimes a genius can be stupid.
What did we just?
Can you please just leave her alone? You guys sound like such incels. Go
You
away.
realize people can be smart or unique in their own ways. Everyone has a different. Do you realize that I'm an
not
SAS
nice.
agent?
You're an
I'm an
SAS agent?
I'm an
What is
SAS
fucking
agent.
wrong with these people?
You're literally like the VRChat version of Christian. Like it's ridiculous how retarded you are.
It's just awful. Like they're being terrible.
If
for
I
no
was
reason at this
retarded,
point. They're
I
just being
wouldn't be
cruel.
able to talk to you because I'd be
You okay?
I don't think you know what a retard is, mate.
because I'm not.
You are.
You're gonna be met with a crossbow.
A crossbow. A crossbow? What the fuck am a crossbow's
I
gonna
don't
do?
consent to them recording.
Honestly, thank you for taking me out of my misery of life and putting me to my next. That's what I'll say. Freedom of speech, right? Freedom
No.
of speech is fun.
No. You're on about fucking dogs. It's a bit different.
Freedom of speech is fun when you just take words right out of pocket. I am a
Absolutely.
furry for life. Once a furry, always a furry.
Yeah, us furries, we don't fuck with
Once
you, dog.
zoophile, always a zoophile.
Yeah,
And I'm
you
not a
like you
zoophile.
actually you're not like the rest of us, alright? And like I think entirely you should kill yourself. Alright. Thank you.
And I'm not doing it.
I'm out.
I'm not doing that either.
You said if a dog came up to you and started trying to fuck you, you'd let it. Shut the fuck up.
You think I'm actually that stupid to let it happen?
Yes.
Top 5 dumbest people, huh? Hmm.
I'm just trying to figure out how you get to this level of, like, schizophrenic.
I'm not schizophrenic, though.
Yeah, you are.
You wanna know what I'm currently doing? I'm literally sitting on my bed, wearing a VR headset, chilling having this conversation, drinking a bottle of brisk iced tea lemonade with a joint in my hand, and I'm just chilling.
I think the weed's making you schizo, mate. I'd get off it. Cold turkey.
I use weed at nighttime because it helps me fall asleep because I use it as a medical use.
Maybe
not
if you
to get
weren't,
high.
maybe if you didn't
I
have the
use it for
goggles on your
medical.
face. you'd just sleep
CBD,
better.
not THC. Painkiller. Cheese. I like cheese. Nacho cheese goes good on everything.
Oh, yours is
You know what else goes good on everything?
Cyanide.
I was gonna say dog semen, but yeah, that too.
I mean, I've made pizza dough out of my own semen.
Bro, what?
This is just fucking Christian, man, with the Fanta all over again. I'm not. Don't laugh at me.
Very peculiar over there.
No, I'm laughing because of your reaction to what I said. You wanna know what's really funny about a great law in Canada? You can't record someone unless there's two-party consent, and I didn't consent
This is the
anywhere in
internet.
your
This is
recording.
VRChat, you fucking retard.
You're forgetting though, I made this instance and I'm located in Canada. Instance IDs are based on location.
Are you really this dense, or are you just like baiting now?
Cool, and I work for the Secret Agent Society, so fuck you.
Why would you admit that you're a secret agent? That kind of goes against the whole idea of it.
Well, I'm not telling you what agency I work for though.
But you just did.
I told you I work for the Secret
If
Agent
you're gonna lie
Society,
so
but I
much,
didn't
man,
tell
you gotta
you
get
what
better at it,
society.
honestly.
Why don't you look up what the SAS is? Do your research,
That's
learn,
British.
study.
Yeah, it's the British military.